It's like the new hot seat. I'm off the hot seat.
You are off.
Are your armpits wet? Lift them up. Your armpits wet? A little bit. Oh, dog, they
Look at that. She made him sweat. You know what? It was that
And
fight.
I got a t-shirt on.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cari and Jemele Won't Stick to Sports. I'm Cari, that is Jemele. Tonight we have three-time NBA champion Dwyane Wade. He is going to give us the inside scoop on this upcoming season, which is relatively soon. It just hit us. And then, of course, he has to pay off a bet. Or we have to talk about the bet he paid off.
Yes, that's right. He actually made good on it. Also, we have YouTuber, turned rapper, turned boxer, Jake Paul. He's here to answer questions.
Turned appropriator.
About what happened with him and Nate Robinson. Specifically, was it racist what he did to him?
It was. But first, it is time to get into our favorite segment. It's called Previously on America's
Bullshit.
So, as we head into the holiday season, it seems that folks in Lakewood, Little Rock, Arkansas, are not happy with a young man who decided to put a Santa up in his front yard. It's the holidays, why not? However, Chris Kennedy decided to put up a 7-foot black Santa.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. All right.
And apparently Santa came all the way from the Black Pole to write this letter.
Please remove your Negro Santa Claus yard decoration. You should not try to deceive children into believing that I am a Negro.
Okay, so clearly an older resident wrote that because
They use the word
Negro is no longer an appropriate term. Hey, this is for the folks at home. Zoom on in. You can't use Negro. You cannot use Negro in public, in writing, in any form or fashion, unless you're just sitting with other people who are okay with Negro, and no one should be okay with Negro.
Look, I have a theory. I think Megyn Kelly wrote that.
Of course she did.
Because she is the official white Santa expert, as well as the white Jesus expert. So she sent that letter. I'm diming her out right here on national TV. Megyn Kelly did it. But
Megyn, did you do it? We knew it.
She was bored with her 20-something million that she made from NBC, so she decided, let me
Ain't nothing to
terrorize
do
anybody.
in the neighborhood.
Just let you know where we are in 2020.
Yeah.
Can't even put a black Santa up. We got no peace nowhere.
Well, the letter was really indicative of what type of person wrote it. First of all, they used "your" in the wrong way. They said, "You're jealous," not the apostrophe R-E. So I want to talk about that grammatically as an English major. You are
Get on them, Cari.
Not smart. And secondly, that Santa was really tan, if I'm being honest with you.
It
wasn't full Negro.
Right. Up next, we discuss a controversy that unfolded
Was there not
in
enough
Dallas.
mimosa?
No, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was at a spot called True Kitchen and Cocktails. Fine dining, apparently.
Fine.
But things went a little left when some female patrons began to twerk, and the owner, Kevin Kelly, got real upset and went full 10%er on everybody in the restaurant.
Real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, take it to Prime, take it to Pink. Don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And you guys are twerking on glass here. If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture.
Now, I will say this in the interest of fairness. The women who were twerking, he asked them twice to stop, and they did not, or asked them a couple times to stop, they did not. And he put on Instagram that the reason he asked them is that one of them apparently was twerking like sort of by a glass wall, and he worried about the liability. All that being said.
What was playing? You're forgetting the details.
So.
The details.
According to the Twitter detectives, all right, because you know they own this. This is a case built for them. Throw that ass in a circle was what played.
Well, why would you put such music on and not expect them to do such things?
Yes, and why would you have Douce
There was a call to action.
Douce slushes. Okay, that was part of Douce, which is cognac, right? It's the lighter version.
So we're selling cognac slushes and we're asking them to throw that
ass in a circle. But I tell you what I have a problem with. I have a lot of things that are problematic about this. Yes, as a restaurant owner, he has a right to set the rules and expectations in his restaurant. That is all very true. Once he asked the women to leave because they didn't follow what he thought was violating some level of decorum, for him to then turn to the rest of the restaurant and give them a lecture, I'd be like, hey, bro, I came here for shrimp and grits. I did not come here to be Negro shamed, okay? And so to me, that is what you do not see in Prime. You would have never saw a white owner address a full
Well, because he would have got beat down. He would have got a two-piece and biscuit.
Tell some white people, get it together. Why do black people have to get lectured all the time? I'd have just put my fork down, be like, you can have these chicken and waffles.
And I ain't even paying.
And this Douce, and I'm out.
This last one is unfortunate. I watched it live.
Okay.
In fact, we were on a group chat about whether or not we were going to watch this fight.
And we did.
And we did. And sadly, Nate Robinson, who I know and I think is a fine gentleman and a fine NBA player, well, when he got knocked out, what happened?
Well, let's just say that America then got a new challenge in his honor because he got put to sleep. And so therefore, America responded like so.
Is that a response?
I mean, they call this the Nate Robinson challenge. And you know what? Y'all childish. Y'all childish.
Yeah, and more importantly, I don't know how I feel about a bunch of white kids making fun of Nate.
Oh, I saw some black people doing it too.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the point.
That's not okay.
Okay,
all right.
don't,
I got you.
Don't come in here with your facts.
I mean, I'm sorry. I wanted to show it was cross racial lines.
I feel bad for Nate. I feel bad for Nate,
Right.
but I do appreciate that he had the ability to step into the arena.
There is something, I think, what you're pointing out to be said for the courage to go in there and actually fight. Because a lot of people that made fun of him, myself included, I would never do that.
Oh, heck no.
So what I did not know before this fight, Cari, is that Jake Paul is a dude apparently a lot of people love to hate. He
Really?
had a controversial exit from Disney, a company we're familiar with. He was the target.
Did you have a controversial exit from Disney?
He was the target of a FBI raid, and there's been a lot of people talking about some of the parties that he's thrown as we're in this pandemic. To be honest, I almost started to protest because...
Why?
I'll tell you why. And this is our question of the week. We saw what happened to Nate Robinson, so I'm going to ask Jake Paul right here in front of America. Jake, consider where we are right now in our racial conversation in America. Was what you did to Nate Robinson racist?
That is the question of the week.
Man.
Nah, stop playing with me. Come on.
Listen, Jake, it's a sensitive time right now. We just had to witness a white man just knock a black man smooth out in front of all of America. So that's why I asked that. But just tell us about that moment real quick, because it looked like Nate was asleep before he ever even hit the canvas.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we train for. You know, at the end of the day, boxing's a sport. And, you know, you train to win. Nate is the one who called me out originally.
Fascinating.
I think he is frozen.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
my
that's
Wi-Fi is unstable, like my relationship.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
First and foremost, was it racist to knock a black man out? That is the question of the
No,
week.
stop asking me that. I said no.
It's not racist.
It's a shitty question. It's a sport.
Why
That's
is it
what
a
you train to
shitty
do.
question? Why is it a shitty question?
Because how does this have anything to do with race? It doesn't.
It's a
At
fine
least-
question. We got to wake you up. You got to be a part of this conversation.
That's right.
It's like, because if you can go from,
He slept it.
if
You know what? He just hit himself harder than Nate Robinson ever hit him.
Yeah, I need you to listen very carefully and then try to tell us again without bad Wi-Fi. What chumps are up next for you to fight?
There's a long list of opponents. I became, you know, one of the biggest prize fighters overnight. There's Conor McGregor, first and foremost, which that fight's gonna happen. Who the fuck is that guy?
Nate, he's so humble.
Yeah.
Nate, how long, excuse me, I'm sorry, not Nate. I keep calling you Nate. I apologize. Jake, the names go hand in hand. How long have you been this humble?
I don't know how to answer that, man. I'm handsome and humble.
Tell me that again, because your Wi-Fi broke there. You're handsome and humble?
I think it might make the edit better. Like, I think interviews are too boring nowadays. It's better when shit happens and gets fucked up.
So, along with your many different jobs you have, one of them is being a rapper.
Oh.
So, tell us a little bit about, was it Park South Freestyle? Do I have that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I rap. I've always, you know, loved it my whole entire life. I love making music.
Who are your rapper friends?
Oh man, like, Lil TJ, Lil Mosey. After my fight, I was talking to Drake. So those are my guys. Shout out to the 6.
Tell you what, you go back to sleep. Work on your Wi-Fi connection. Thank you so much for joining us here on Won't Stick to Sports.
You already know, big knockouts only.
Okay, thanks, Jake. We've got to take a break. But coming up next, We have a legendary future Hall of Famer joining the show, Jay. His name is D. Wade. You know him as Dwyane Wade. You don't want to miss this interview. It's going to be great. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Won't Stick to Sports. To introduce our next guest, I want to talk a little trash because that's what I do, but he deserves it. And so I'm going to let you all just sit back and relax and enjoy this clip so you know who's coming on the show.
Made a bet with Cari Champion. So the bet was to put a purple L in the back of my head. I don't know if it was for Lakers. I don't know if it was for loser. I don't know if it was for y'all lost.
D-Wade, you paid off the bet. I appreciate you for being here. Did you also give Shaq what you promised him in the bet or no?
No, hell no. I worked hard for that Finals MVP trophy. I am not giving that up.
Okay, well, thank you for putting the fake L in you. But by the way, do you want to make another bet now that I have you on the show?
No, I don't. Listen, you know how hard it was to get that purple L in my head and out of my head? I'm not messing with you no more.
I love that you're a man of your word, right? And
Yeah.
speaking of the NBA, Jay.
Yeah, it kicks off December 11th. I cannot believe this. But this time they won't be in a bubble. So how confident are you that the NBA will be able to complete a successful season and avoid a COVID shutdown?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all are hopeful. You know, I think we all have our concerns as fans and as people, you know, like us who are close to the game and close to certain players that are playing the games and their families. I think if any sport will figure it out, I definitely feel that the NBA has shown that they would do everything possible to, you know, try to figure it out so we can be entertained this season.
All right, that is the PC answer. But I got to ask you this, though, like, real talk. They just wrapped up the season. They were away from their families. They'll start a new season. And then whomever makes it to the finals may then have to go to the Olympics. Do you think that's honestly fair for these players?
Well, if I was a player, my answer would be different. I would be complaining. I ain't gonna get no rest. How do I supposed to do this? I'm gonna need all these off days. Now that I'm on the other side and I'm able to see 5-year 190 and all that kind of stuff, I'm like,
don't hate. Don't hate 5-year 190.
I'm like the regular fan.
No.
I'm like the regular fan now. I'm out here hating. Like, I'm like, oh, they got 5-year 190? Nah, let them play. Let them play every night.
5-year 190 is AD guaranteeing the Lakers back-to-back. Don't start with me right now, okay?
I feel like, why are we even having a season? Because, like, the Lakers are honestly
Don't do it.
position.
Don't Warriors us. Don't Clippers us.
No, I'm not.
Right, we try to.
Don't try to jinx us.
I'm not trying to jinx you.
You are. No, that's what
Wait,
you're
am
doing.
I speaking facts? Is this not the Lakers championship to lose this year?
No, I think we all feel that. I think even before they made the moves they even made, we all felt that the Lakers had an opportunity to go back-to-back.
All right, let's pivot away from the Lakers persecution complex. Thank you very much. And talk about something important, D-Wade. You started a social change fund with your fellow friends, Carmelo Anthony and Chris Paul, to help support organizations that are working to accelerate social change. So tell us a little bit more about what you guys hope to accomplish.
Yeah, you know, I think we're just like everybody else in the world. You know, when the world turned over and turned around again and again, and all the protests was going on, you know, everybody wanted to do something. And so we set out to start a social change fund. And the social change fund for us was to support people that's in the communities that's doing the real work, people that's on the ground that's doing the real work.
I really appreciate the fact that you're so active in giving back to your community. And speaking of giving back, you often give back in a form of betting. We know that NBA players like to gamble when they're on the road because y'all don't have nothing to do. I heard you talk about this on a podcast, don't lie. So I'm curious, how much money did you lose on that Nate Robinson fight? You know, did you
You know what? Something wrong with you.
Something wrong with you?
Something wrong with you, man.
Something wrong with you? Did you do it?
But I don't hear
answer, dog. Did you do what you do?
What you put on Nate?
I don't. Nope. I ain't put nothing on Nate. I ain't put nothing on nobody, on anyone. I don't bet like that. That's not my betting style. But to talk about the Nate fight, because you brought it up for a reason.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten in that ring. I tell you that. I give him a lot of credit for stepping in the ring. It's something that 95% of the NBA guys who get tough when it's a ref or players in the middle of them would not have done. Would not have done.
Okay.
So,
Well, you know what, D Wade, since
I'ma
you are
sip
now
my
a
tea.
civilian, let's talk about it. We got a
I'm a
game for you
civilian.
that we want to play. It's called Knockout, and this is the NBA version. Now, as you just said, it's been a lot of those, hold me back, hold me back.
I've done it too.
Yeah,
I'm not
we
saying,
know,
like,
right?
We
I done
documented it, sir.
You de-grab me. You de-grab me. All right.
Look, grab me, I'm mad. I'm mad.
Right.
Grab me, I'm mad.
So we know you're an expert in this. So we're going to give you a matchup based off something that really happened on the court, and you tell us who will win. First up is your boy, two of your boys, but I know you're really close to LeBron James. Him and Draymond Green. Draymond swinging at LeBron in the 2016 finals after LeBron stepped over him. Who you got, LeBron versus my boy Draymond from Michigan State?
Now, everybody out there is like, oh, he's going to pick LeBron. But I am going to pick LeBron. I mean, have you seen that monster? He's a
Look,
beast.
Draymond from Saginaw, okay?
No, I'm not saying he gonna whoop him or nothing. I'm just saying, like, I don't think nobody really want to really test out the anger of LeBron James.
I have one. Kevin Garnett, Carmelo Anthony. Rumor report.
Oh, y'all gonna keep picking my. You gotta stop picking my friends.
No, that's the whole point.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's the point of the game.
What I'm picking? I'm picking a talking fight or I'm picking a hands fight.
Are you talking him? I'm talking
talking some
boxing.
hands,
We talking
man.
put them hands on you. Two pieces of
Pause.
biscuit, dog.
I don't know. I've never seen Melo fight. I mean, I've seen KG in some things on the court, and it didn't go quite well. I don't know. I can't pick a winner. I'm gonna pick a draw. That's like the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. It's gonna be a draw. Melo probably gonna call me once he see this and be like, "Fool, what is wrong with you?"
He's gonna be like Baltimore all day. All right, this one, if you don't know this one, then we really gonna have to have a conversation. Rondo, we know your history. 2012, Rondo called you a dirty player after his injury in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Semis. So you versus
Hold
Rondo,
me back, dog.
Who you got?
Hold me back, dog.
I'm not. Listen, all right. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not boxing Rondo. I feel like Rondo got some hands that I ain't got from boxing. I'm from Chicago. I'm dirty.
Okay.
I'm throwing garbage cans. I'm throwing cars. I'm throwing whatever I can. So I can't. I'm not boxing Rondo.
Okay, that's fair. Clearly, we all have a relationship, as people can see. One night, you promised me that you would give me some wine, but a friend of mine got some of your D Wade Cellars wine. I did not. You have a
lovely,
Cab, you have a Blanc, you have a Rosé.
I got all of those.
She got all of those. Why did you send her the wine after what happened in your driveway in Miami?
Are we telling the story?
Yeah, we tell the truth. We tell the truth with the
Well,
on here.
I don't know what the truth is because I drove up on some stuff. So y'all gotta let me know what the truth is. All I know is that I couldn't get in touch with my wife. Right? I just landed. I was trying to get in touch with my wife, and she wasn't answering the phone. I'm like, what is going on? So we get to the house. I open the door up, and I'm about to step out, and it's a puddle of some disgusting things in my driveway.
A puddle of
And
some
I'm like,
disgusting things.
Somebody threw up.
Someone threw up?
Somebody threw up.
Who did
Somebody
that?
threw up.
Jemele, who threw up in your driveway?
I later find out it was the lady in pink.
The lady in pink threw up in your driveway.
See,
Yeah.
that should be on the slant.
I knew she was about to say that. Well, how did it happen?
Really, it's your wife's fault, number one. Okay.
I'm sure.
It's really Gab's fault. We came over there for a Bible session, and she offered us wine
To study
and
with some
tequila.
friends?
Libations might have led to us going to live, where there was more.
Oh, y'all went to the club?
Oh, dang, do you know that part?
You telling.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know. Listen,
Oh,
she didn't share everything with me.
Oh,
I was asleep
okay.
by the time I got home. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Y'all,
No, we didn't go
I
to
self-snitched. My bad. We dropped your wife off. She was gracious enough to give us
A lift
her
back.
driver
Yeah.
a lift back, and
Thank you,
we
Gab.
didn't quite make it out your driveway. It was just he turned around, and the way he turned, my stomach turned with it. And so
it's
I
the
was just like,
driver's
"Can you
fault,
stop?"
Not all the alcohol.
Yes, it was. It was your wife and the driver, and so therefore I had to bless your driveway.
You are truly a humanitarian in more ways than one. This is why you're so loved by all. Thank you so much for having fun and coming on Stick to Sports with us, my friend. I appreciate you.
Of course.
All right, now that I've done snitching on myself, we'll be back with more Won't Stick to Sports in a minute. Welcome back to Won't Stick to Sports. Now, time for one of our other favorite things, where we like to highlight our favorite white person of the week.
And we do that because oftentimes people will watch this show, especially with your name attached to it, and think we don't like white people.
Why is this about me? Listen, I hate you made this about me. Nevertheless, our favorite white person of the week is Brian Williams for the way he responded to some actual wisdom from Fox and Friends. Take a look.
As you watch the following clip, please remember, Americans are now dying at the rate of 1 per minute.
Apparently, masks work.
Apparently, masks work. A breathtaking moment of situational awareness on live television this morning.
Situational awareness, emotional intelligence, buzzwords that we use that are often misused, but in this particular context, I love Brian Williams for doing that, one, and I love the network for allowing him to do it, because there are so many times when you don't want to confront people or be controversial, which we have no problem with. But what he said was right. For someone to go on Fox News and say, masks apparently do work.
And he said it confused almost.
Like, apparently
they
he was,
were.
but there was a little bit of sarcasm to it as well. But what I appreciate is that, one, we have to say kudos to Fox for letting that ride, because it's true. Americans are dying 1 per minute. 1 per minute. That statistic is staggering, and I think we don't consider that, because if it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you, if that makes sense. So I appreciate Brian Williams for all that said about him and his controversy. Means nothing. I appreciate him for being honest, for being able to highlight something that I think most of us forget, and then more importantly, for making it so eloquent so that we understand the gravity of what's happening. There are so many people who have been able to recover, and we forget about those who are dying. Hospitals are overcrowded. There is no funding. People work the front line. They're putting their lives in danger. You literally are choosing, do I go to work or do I not work?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate what he did.
Because he is keeping a role, like we all should be, about who was complicit. Not only has Fox been complicit, they have been downright reckless and dangerous.
Amen.
With how they have covered COVID. Reckless and dangerous is how people would describe us.
Girl, that should be a segment.
Yeah, reckless and dangerous.
And what we do for the weekend.
Well, we don't know if we're going to put that on camera.
Because that's reckless and dangerous and reckless for the weekend.
It could be interchangeable.
Okay.
But thank you all for hanging out with us for another episode of Won't Stick to Sports. By the way, next week we have the very funny Nick Kroll who will be joining us. So make sure you tune in next time to see who might be our favorite white person next week.
Yeah.
You never know.
Could be you.
Yes.